This video is about mixed and improper fractions. So first we're going to talk about what is a mixed fraction, what is an improper fraction, and where could we possibly use the two. So a mixed fraction is a fraction that has a whole number part as well as a fraction part, so something like 1.5. Okay, and an improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is larger than the denominator. So for example, 3/2. Okay, and in fact 1.5 and 3/2 are equal. So we're going to see how we can go between mixed fractions and improper fractions. So also it's important to kind of know when would you use a mixed fraction. Well, mixed fractions are nice when maybe you're plotting points on a graph. Oops. So it's easier to visualize maybe the mixed fraction than it is the improper fraction. Okay, but when would you use improper fractions? Well, improper fractions you would use when you're multiplying or dividing mixed numbers. So you'd have to convert them into improper fractions first. You also should leave your final answer if you're doing some sort of computation and you don't have to plot the point, you're not graphing anything in the end. You should leave your answer at this stage as an improper fraction instead of writing it as a mixed number. Okay, so if you get a final answer, it's nice to leave it as an improper fraction. Okay, let's see some examples about how you convert between the two. So going from mixed to improper, so my first example here, I have 1 5/6. Okay, so it's a mixed fraction. I have a whole number part and a fraction part. So the way I convert that to its equivalent improper fraction representation is I take the whole number part, I multiply it by the denominator, and then I add the numerator to that. So I get 1 times 6 is 6, plus 5 is 11. So I have 11, and then I keep my denominator the same. So 11/6 would be the same as 1 5/6. Okay, another one, if I have 2 1/3, same thing. I'm going to go 2 times 3, and then add the 1. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7/3. Okay, and the last one here, if I have -5.5, since my mixed number is negative, my improper fraction is also going to be negative, so I know that right away, so I can just put the sign there if I want, and then do the same steps as I did above. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11, so I get -11/2. Okay, so let's see going the other way if you're going from improper to mixed. So my first example, I have 13/5. So to go from an improper fraction to a mixed number, what you need to do is think how many groups of the denominator can you take out of the numerator, and then what will you have left. So I could take 2 groups of 5, that would be 10 out of 13. So I can take 2 full groups of 5 out of 13. And like I said, that was 10, so I subtract the 10 from the 13, so I get 3/5. So 13/5 is the same as 2 3/5. And if you wanted to check and go backwards, you can go 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13, and so you'd have 13/5. So you can see it's the same thing. If I have -19/2, again, if my improper fraction is negative, I know my mixed number is also going to be negative, so I can just put the negative sign there and then forget about it. So same thing, how many groups of 2 can I take out of 19? Well, I can take 9, that would be 18. Take 18 away from the 19, and I have 1 left out of 2. So I always keep the denominator, notice the denominators stay the same. And the last one, 21/7. So same thing, I want to see how many groups of 7 I can take out of 21. So I can take 3 full groups of 7, because 3 times 7 is 21, and that would leave me with 0/7, because I take 21 away from 21. So it's just equal to 3. So it is possible to change your improper fraction into a whole number as well if it divides evenly. Okay, and let's just look at one more type of problem. So we have this question here. So where does 5/2, so an improper fraction, times a proper fraction, 1/3, fall on the number line? So just to approximate, where would it be? So if you wanted to do that operation, you could. So we'd have 5/6. So you notice that the number gets smaller than 1. So even though 5 halves is greater than 1, when we multiply it by that proper fraction there, which is less than 1, my number drops down less than 1. So I'd have 5 over 6, which would be probably somewhere about there. Okay, so when you're dealing with fractions, it's a good idea to kind of visualize what the answer is. Where does it fall on a number line? Is it bigger than 1, less than 1, and that kind of thing. Okay, that's everything. Thanks for watching. Good luck with the assignments.